Good morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America, and hello to everyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. Thanks for joining me this morning. When you see me and hear me, please say hello so I know who's following along. Today I decided to dip down into the archive of my stamp set stash and pull out Forever Blossoms. Hello, Roseanne and Gladys and Paula. Glad you could join me. So Forever Blossoms is a stamp set. I know it was in last year's catalog. I don't think it was in the previous year, but I feel like it's been overlooked because it's not part of a big fancy suite with coordinating designer series paper and stuff. But I think it's absolutely beautiful. Really pretty flowers, I think. It is one of the distinctive stamps. So it's got the nice etching to give a lot of definition and a watercolor look. And it's cherry blossoms, which, being a Japanese studies major, I really like. The sentiments are very, very wedding oriented. So at the end, I'll probably pull in a different sentiment. But like I said, I really do like the images. So I'm going to stamp and color, and I have a picture in my head of what I'm going to make, and we'll see whether it turns out to what I make resembles what I have in my head. We'll just figure that out. Now, already I'm changing my mind about something. I was going to stamp in black, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use Smoky Slate just to get a little bit of a softer look. I am going to be coloring with Stampin' Blends, so as long as I've got this water-based ink, I should be fine. And I'm going to stamp that here. Well, that is a very soft look. Yep, I think we're going to go back to the Memento. Take two. Hi, Joyce and Leslie. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, that's soft enough. And I'm not quite sure what all I'm going to use on my final card, but I am going to go ahead and stamp some more leaves and a couple more flowers. And how about a bud or two? And let's do a few more leaves. Okay, put that away for now. Take a moment and clean my stamps because I'm always worried they're going to fall over on something and mess something up right at the end. What was I thinking about saying? Oh, I know. For colors, I made a little swatch here on some scrap. See what I say? I dropped the lid of the Memento on this little bit of scrap yesterday. So this is actually, see what you can see here. These two are Petal Pink and these two are Pale Papaya, and they are pretty close. This one's a little pinker, this one's a little oranger, but they're very close. And then I've got Mint Macaron and Soft Succulent. So that gives me 4 colors to play with. And yeah, I think I'm just going to kind of go for it a bit with some of the lights and add in some dark. So if you have any questions or have things you want to ask me, let me know. I am happy to answer as I'm coloring here. If you guys figured out what you're ordering from the mini catalog, if you've gotten your copies yet. Don't know how much you guys can see on that. You're making your list. Good. Checking it twice. Haha. Do a little bit of this one on this one. Oh, you got a box of goodies, Gladys? Oh, good. Fun times to play. Yeah, I like getting the new stuff and then being able to kind of integrate it with some of my old stuff. I'm going to do that today when I'm putting this card together. Which one? So I am mixing up colors a little bit. This one's got the light pale papaya, and I just put dark petal pink on it. This one's the 2 shades of pale papaya. This one's, now I can't remember, pale papaya, and I think the light petal pink on top. I don't know. But like I said, they all kind of go together, so it works. As in nature, you see lots of different variations in the shades when you look at older blooms, newer blooms, buds. So it's kind of fun to be able to have the 4 shades to mix it up. You bought the wreath set. Yeah, I thought that was a really pretty wreath. I haven't purchased it. My people, we did a product playground extended play with arranger wreaths, so I don't know that my folks are up for a lot of wreaths right now, but we'll see how the season develops. One of my favorite things so far, you may have seen the other day, I did the Joyful Life. I used the little hedgehog because I love hedgehogs. And I'm sorry, but Stampin' Up! Recently has had some really, really not cute hedgehogs. So I was thrilled to see this one. So Leslie, where are you located? Oh, you like the hedgehog. Yeah, thanks for commenting on my Instagram, Paula. And I just saw your new hallway tile. I like it. I saw that on Facebook. Perth, you're up early. I guess it's not that early at this point. Did you have to do your hard, fast, sharp lockdown? Over there in Perth? I really want to get over there. We keep looking at opportunities to travel and then things happen and borders get shut and we go, not yet. You know? Just not quite willing to deal with that chaos yet. My aunt has been to Australia a couple times, and she said Perth was her favorite capital city. So I'm eager to get there and check it out. And one of my team members was just there the other month. And she enjoyed her time there. I think it was her first time, even though she's lived here in Melbourne most of her life, much of her life. Ah, still in bed. Yes, I woke up this morning to the news that my husband had taken himself off to his home office to try to catch a little more sleep. He's having trouble sleeping in our bedroom for whatever reason. And we're raising a seeing eye dog puppy who's now just over 10 months old, and he followed him in there and managed to chew up his brand new slippers. So Noah's kind of in the doghouse this morning, figuratively speaking. So, yeah. So I get to go replace slippers this afternoon, I think. Yeah, your borders, we joke about your borders, of course, getting shut very quickly. Yeah, I think I need to up that color a little bit. So I've just switched from the light mint macaron to the light soft succulent, and I'm liking that much better. On the stems, these little leaves around the base. We'll see how much we take that up the leaves. Hey Renata, thanks for joining me today. Okay, let's see how we're going with all this. So I'm back to the light mint macaron. It is the lightest of my greens today. And I'm gonna layer up some color, I hope. This one I already did with the dark mint macaron, so we'll work from there. As I always say, I am not a trained artist. I am not really that good at coloring stuff. These markers help a great deal. The designs having the shading in them help an even greater deal. And in the end, I'm not making art masterpieces, I'm making greeting cards. So, yeah, no. One of the things I am going to try doing is going back over some of this with, again, the light mint macaron, which helps just sort of blend in and smooth out that color. Yeah. Hope you guys can see this well enough. Okay. I'm going to call that done for now. I'll hold it up here a bit so that hopefully you guys can see some of this shading and variations. And yeah, Leslie, I'm looking back up at your comment about don't want winter themed cards. I agree. I think, again, I don't like to be critical of Stampin' Up! Because in general, I really like them as a company and I really like their products. But I think they kind of missed left us Southern Hemisphere folks hanging with this last mini. But I'm looking at sort of creative ways to use selected items. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. I'm just cutting these out with the coordinating dies. And I gotta switch out a plate. I've got a very curved cutting plate, very bowed, and it's being difficult. So I'm gonna swap that out for another one. And that just happens through regular use. Flipping them over each time you use them is supposed to help keep that from happening, but inevitably it just happens. Okay. There's the main image. And then the rest of these are going to take just a little bit of time. Especially this single flower. I have to figure out which way the die lines up. Every time I think I've got it, something else looks wrong. Come back to that one. Some little bits, another little bit, and those little bits. And now I still have to figure out, I'll show you what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to figure out how this lines up with this flower. See, that's not it. Every time I think I've just about got it, something looks off. There we go. Got it. I wish they'd put a little groove or something. I don't know what they could do to make it obvious. Probably nothing. There we go. One. Since I tend to stamp the same direction, once I figure out how the die goes on, it's easy to place it for multiples. Okay, there are all my pieces cut. Well, all of those pieces cut. So I'm going to set those aside a little bit for the moment and work on some stuff for the background. What I'm going to do is I've got this other die set called Picture This. And I'm going to use this one to cut out some rectangles. And there are those. And then I want one more of this big one. So I'm going to cut that again. now I'm going to bring this in because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. This is a new embossing folder called Time Worn Type, and it's got type and it's supposed to look like a plate of printer's type that has been, well, it's time worn, so part of it has been mushed down, which is easy to do with such stuff because it's lead and very malleable. So put those on there kind of randomly. Bring in my 3D plate and run that one through. Thanks for joining me, Leslie. Have a great day. And yeah, I look forward to having you see the card too. Whoops, that one went kind of wonky, but that's okay. Maybe we'll just use it. Now, I could have embossed the whole page and then cut with the die, but I find that the pressure of the plates pushes the embossing down, so I don't like to do that. I prefer to cut first and then emboss the pieces. I'll bring this page back in. So I was thinking that I wanted that type to be, I'd like the embossing to be a little more visible. So bring in an already messy piece of grid paper, and I'm going to try to put some smoky slate, just enough to kind of bring out I have a feeling my pad is a little dry. That may be part of the problem. I brought the brush, and I brought, not that one, this one, Sponge Dauber, Smoky Slate. Yeah, let me get just a little more ink on there. What I usually do is I take use a spoon, a knife, a bone folder, whatever you want, and just kind of smush that into the pad a little bit. Let's see if that. Yeah. I don't want a lot. I just want to kind of pick up that embossing a little bit. And you can see it's really subtle, the difference, but it's just enough that you can see it a little bit better. Let's see how this goes. So this is just lightly, some a little more, some a little less lightly, just bringing out that texture a little bit. Okay, I think that's enough. Okay, let's see how we're going here. So I've got a basic white thick card base. You see, it's pretty subtle, the difference. But you can see it's a little darker than the plain white cardstock. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out something that looks good to me. Oh, come here. So again, I had this kind of vision in my head, but nothing too set in stone. So I'm really playing right now. What I had before. I like that better. Sorry, muttering to myself. I like that better. And I don't feel a need to use everything that I made, so this may go on the inside. I think a sentiment is in order. The question is what to use. And how to use it. I'll be right back as I find something that I want to use. Okay. There's that happy birthday, thinking of you. Take a moment here and look at, I have some of these that are already on the right color cardstock, so I'm going to see what's here. I have a feeling this is going to be a no-go, but we'll see. I might find something I really like. More in there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just being... This is where I always get bogged down. Kind of like this one. Have to figure out Okay, so let's start by putting these away because I like this better. What? Why does it say it's ended? Huh. I'm going to keep going because I think it's still going. Yep, it is. My feed just went weird. Okay, so I've brought over a whole bunch of my label dies. So we're going to slide that over and we're going to figure out which die to use on there to go on this card. This is going to be too small? Question mark? Oh, it might just work. But it might seem kind of crowded. I think the next one up is a little too big. Well, maybe we'll try this one. I think maybe we'll try this one. Okay, let's try it. Ooh, I actually have it cut out. See, it's cut there. That makes me think, yeah, that's going to be nice actually. Sometimes you can't tell because it's so wide because it's got the cutting edge. It's got that outside border and the inside stitched border. But if you've got the cutout that you can see it, you know it's going to work well. So, good. That makes me happy. Just get it lined up well. Yay! And if you watched my unboxing video last week, you might remember I did that Hippo Happiness and the Hippo and Friends dies, and I said I wasn't really into the little creatures in the stamp set, but I really liked the dies for the labels. Yeah, that's one of those. Yeah, I'm gonna like that on there. Okay, so now it's time to commit to adhering stuff. And I know what I want to do. Question is, will it work out right? Well, I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I don't know if it's gonna. That's a bit better. Okay, so I'm trying to eyeball it to be pretty straight and even and aligned the way I want it to be. And then this is some press and seal plastic wrap, which I've talked to you about before. It's by Glad, and it's got sticky removable adhesive on one side, which makes it really nice for something like this, because I can hopefully pick these all up, keeping my spacing the way I wanted it, and then go ahead and add my adhesive. In this case, multi-purpose liquid glue. And then bring this back in. And place these on again as I wanted them. Good. Glad you guys are still with me. I think sometimes my feed conks out while it's still going. My inbound Facebook feed conks out while it's still broadcasting from my phone, because I'm watching on my desktop computer while I'm broadcasting from my phone. So now we're going to put that on there. Well, I suppose I should ask, what do we think? Let's look at it without any extras. I actually kind of like where that's going. Oh, thank you, Christoph. Appreciate it. Stay. Yeah, I'm liking that. If I can get that to go back where it was. Okay, I'm going to bring this back in. See if we can pick up this layer. I don't have it quite right here. Let's get it back. you out altogether. And okay, so now I'm going to do some behind the scenes work with dimensionals. So there, I think I've just gotten all of those to attach to the big one, which is nice. Getting a whole of these little outcroppings. Another one there. There we go. Okay, now to pull all these off. I'm going to take a moment here and show you my newest toy. It's a desktop vacuum cleaner, and I love it. Yay! How cool is that? Am I a geek or what? Such a nerd. Okay, so now we're going to get this positioned back on here right where we want them. Yay! And we'll put this on. Right there. And on the inside, we're going to add these. See, nothing went to waste. Yeah, that could have been positioned a little differently. That's okay. There we go. And I think that needs some bling. What do you think? So the question is what to put on there. Actually, it's not a very big question. I think I know exactly what to do. We have these Genial Gems, which are in mint macaron and pale papaya. Yep. I know, the vacuum is great, isn't it? Let's get that back on it. Now, a question is, do I want to put some in the centers of the flowers? I think maybe so. Yeah. The other question is, do we scatter a couple of the mint macaron ones around? I think that's it. Where did my lid go? There we go. Yep. Well, that came out remarkably close to my vision. You like it? I'm glad, Leslie. Yeah, it took a little hemming and hawing there, but and then here you go. You can see what I did on the inside with the last two cut pieces. There we go. Okay. Thank you very much for joining me. If you are in Australia and you're looking to get a new Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I am happy to help you out. I would be happy to send you the mini catalog and the new celebration brochure. We have both of those going live right at the start of August. All kinds of fun stuff there. I also offer classes in Melbourne in person when we can do that, and by kit when we can't. I sell PDFs of my class kits if you are interested in that. Just drop me a comment, send me a private message on Facebook, Nancy's Nifty Notes, or nancysniftynotes.com has my blog where this card will be posted later on, and you can find all the information about my classes and email me, Nancy at nancysniftynotes.com, etc., etc. So thanks for joining me. I'll be back again, same time, same place next week. Oh, I know what I forgot. I was thinking about putting a bow on there. What do we think? I was going to do I was actually thinking about cutting these to put on there. Does that just get to be too much? Maybe. We'll just play for another moment. Too much, she says, yeah. See if I do one this way. It's still too much. Come here, behave yourselves. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Thank you for indulging me in that. Okay, so like I said, same time, same place next week, new project. Thanks for joining me. See you later. Bye-bye.